This book that I have here, by Cleon Skousen, The Naked Communist, is something that I wanted to encourage people to read if they've not read it, because the book was published in 1958, and in the back of that book, there are communist goals that were read into the congressional record back in 1963 by a Florida congressman. And if you were to read the 45 goals that were in Cleon Skousen's book, most of those have been accomplished. And some of those, I can read them very quickly, or maybe you can read them. Capture one or both of the political parties in the United States. I would argue that they have one and they're making a good progress on the other. Get control of the schools. Use them as transmission belts of communist propaganda. Soften the curriculum. Get control of teachers' unions and put the party line in textbooks. Do you all see that? Infiltrate the press. And this is verbatim from the book. Get control of book review assignments, editorial writing, policy-making positions, gain control of key positions in radio, TV, and motion pictures, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy, infiltrate the churches and replace revered religion with social religion, discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity, which does not need a religious crutch, eliminate prayer or any phase of religious expression in the schools on the grounds that it violates the principles of separation of church and state, discredit the family as an institution, encourage promiscuity and easy divorce. And so this is something that you can look up. Cleon Skousen, he was a Mormon scholar and a former FBI agent. If you go to Wikipedia, they say he was a conspiracy theorist and he didn't know what he was talking about. You look at the evidence and decide for yourself. So, here we are. We're at a point in our society where the race relations have deteriorated, and some of that we can mark it again. I go back to the election of Barack Obama. I go back to the Marxist agenda that was put in place, the restorative justice in the classroom and in criminal justice that caused the teachers to lose control of what was taking place in the classroom, where you couldn't suspend the children who were most violent. And then in the criminal justice system, we had the revolving door, where young people kids would commit crimes, and they would be really just turned back, sent back home again and again and again until they committed violent acts. And by the time they committed violent acts, maybe they've gone through the system as a revolving door, numerous times. And police officers that I have known and I have traveled with have said that the young people tell them, well, I'll be home. Basically, the person they arrest as a child would be home before they finished the paperwork, and the kids knew it. They also knew what they could get away with. And all of that was part of this neo-Marxism that seeped into our society. It was always there. It was there for years, but after the election of Obama, it just took on a new life. And I think that everything that we are experiencing, it gave it energy that it never had before. And that's what we are fighting. And I believe that it's a fight that we can win. And so, again, I applaud all of you for everything that you're doing. And when I look at our nation as a whole, we have come so far. And there were great things about America, and a lot of those great things happened in the 1960s. And I believe that we can have integration without discrimination, and that we can have better race relations, and that what is taking place is very destructive to every group. It hurts women. It hurts members of the LGBTQ community, especially the trans population. It hurts blacks, it hurts Hispanics, it hurts white people who are being told that they should be ashamed of their ancestry. It's a society where no one's happy. This nation is not a nation where the people are happy. They're not happy because they've lost control of their institutions, and what you all are trying to do is to take back some of that power. And my hope would be that if we do have another Republican administration, that we would get rid of the NEA. That we would return education back to the states and back to the local levels where it belongs. And so, I mean, I think we should be encouraged. And these